Hello and welcome back to the channel.
In this video, we take a look at the best and worst comments we received on YouTube this month.
And we explain to you just what this channel is all about.
I'm Mark.
I'm Justin.
And we're My Loving Tiger.
We started this band 17 years ago. Now we're back
to revisit, re-record, and re-release every song we've ever written.
So come and join us.
So, this channel is about recording music. We record drums, we record bass, we record guitars, vocals, keyboards, percussion, everything. And we show you exactly what we do. There's no like miming, there's no fake playing, none of that. You see the whole recording process, and then at the end of the whole thing, you can hear the final finished song.
The good, the bad.
Right. If we screw up the guitar parts, screw up the drum parts, all of that is part of the process. We leave all of that in. First up, we have Giuseppe Ambrosio 8713. And he says, in my opinion, this is the best way to record guitars. Everything gets so clean and clear, tidy and perfect. Great job. You are my inspiration.
Starting out strong.
So this is our guitar recording technique. When we have a part where we switch chords a lot or we get a lot of hand squeaks or weird noises, we'll separate the part into every individual guitar chord. And we'll just play chord 1, then we'll come back and play chord 2 and come back and just continue doing that so you get no hand squeaks, no weird rhythms, no anything, so that it sounds perfect. And we've received like some guff for using that technique.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, I hate to tell everyone, but that is almost how all major recording studios work. We're indie recording engineers and like producers, so we use that technique. So you can bet everyone's using that technique.
Right. On that same topic, 5 Ash Art says, I've been doing this intuitively for years, but only because I suck at changing positions during progressions. At least when handling chords and strumming, riffs and single notes, melodies, etc. I can usually handle, but most of the bed tracks I always do this way. Doubling tracks is more consistent and sounds tighter. Agree.
Agree, 100%. This is what we do. Exactly what he's saying with when you have to change in chord progressions, this is the best, cleanest way to do it. And again, like he says, when you double everything, it just makes everything line up perfectly. Mostly for us, it's just hand squeaks.
That's
my biggest pet peeve, actually. I should say for me.
Right.
It's hand squeaks. It's just like squeak, 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 you know, and then the guitar pick sound. Click, 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 you know.
Chirp,
so
chirp, chirp.
The premise of this channel is we are re-recording every single song that we wrote from like 2006 to 2010 with all our current abilities and like new mixing techniques and how much we've grown as artists and engineers and whatever. But in the beginning, we did whole takes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we knew.
Nope, we did not know. We did whole takes.
Yeah.
Every song we ever released between 2006 or whatever and 2010 are whole takes. Or like punched in. You know, if we make it halfway and we bomb the second half, we'll punch in and finish the second half. We were never going note for note, chord for chord. That was not in our bag of tricks. We were trying to capture the magic.
The human.
Yeah, the human vibe.
Right.
Next up, we have Emperor of Organos. He says, people don't realize how hard consistency like this is, especially under red dot pressure.
The pressure of when the recording's on.
Yes, the red dot is the record blinking at you or turning red when you're supposed to play your part.
Right.
It's true, like you look up and you're like, oh, here we go, like
tense up.
Yeah, you tense up and stuff like that. And I will say, like, because we have a lot of these videos where it's like, oh, we mess up and like, oh, we played it perfect, but then we hit record and we can't get it and like we, you know, it takes a bunch of takes. We've doubled the red dot pressure, right?
Oh, we have 2 red dots going.
We have 2 red dots because we have the red dot of the camera.
Right.
And then we have the red dot of our recording interface.
Right.
So you get both. You're like, I'm being filmed and I'm being recorded. What you record is going to get onto the song.
And on the internet.
And what you record on the camera is going to get onto the YouTube channel.
Right.
Back in the day, we would just like record parts and we would never play them again.
Right.
We'd just be like, here's a keyboard part. This is wild. Cool. Sounds good. Put it on the song. And then never played it ever again.
Never played it before that.
Right. And never played it before that.
Not
But
like
back then we were like exploring and like, oh, isn't this cool? Whereas now we're trying to re-record these songs and you're like, I have to remember this keyboard lick that I played 17 years ago and never played again.
Right.
And like, I'm being filmed and I'm being recorded. It just turns into this double pressure.
Double pressure.
Yeah.
Right. A little more critique on our recording style from Cameron Rao. Get this guy some headphones.
Yep.
Well, he didn't like that the beep was screaming in the room. Yeah.
And there's a reason we do that. When we record the drums, because we are recording to go onto YouTube, we pump the music into the room and the drums into the room so that when the camera records us, you hear the drums and you hear the backing tracks.
Right.
Like we said, we're trying to do everything real. So like these are the real drum takes that make it onto the record. Like they're not miming.
Right.
And so if we gave me headphones and we didn't put anything into the room, the video would just be silence.
That would be this.
And it would be me hitting the virtual drums,
Yeah.
the electronic drums, just the rubber, like
Right,
tack, tack, tack,
right.
tack,
Right,
tack,
just
tack,
tap,
tack,
tap.
tack, tack. You wouldn't hear any of the music. You wouldn't hear any of the drum sound or anything. And last up here we have Poo Poo Liam, who says, really? Tambourine? There are so many better instruments. In the first 10 songs, we programmed all the auxiliary percussion, the tambourine, the sleigh bells, the shaker, the glockenspiel, all that stuff's programmed on a laptop and we dump it in. But we were like, creating content like that isn't very engaging. It's like me pushing buttons on a laptop and Mark hitting keys on the computer for an hour. So it's not very engaging. So we were like, all right, let's buy a tambourine, buy a shaker, buy, all these auxiliary instruments. And so the last 2 songs we've been using real percussion. And so we were like, that's a more engaging video. You see us play the tambourine, you see us play the triangle, you see us play the bells, you see all of this and you hear the sound. Poo Poo Liam just came in and poo-pooed all over our new content.
You couldn't do it.
You know, he was like, go back to the laptop. And when we recorded these songs originally, in 2006 to 2010, that's all real percussion.
Right. But Poop Pool, did not really like it.
No, he didn't like that. I don't know. He probably didn't know we switched, but he doesn't want us playing real instruments. And now we'll move on to everyone's favorite segment, people being mean on the internet. First up, we have Preacher Airsoft, and he said, homie, you are not gifted with musical genius. And this was on the lyric video.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was like saying my lyrics were bad, or if he's saying like the music is bad, or the vocals are bad. Like he didn't expound on that. I thought it was funny because like this song, Son of the East India Company, is like a historical song. The content of the lyrics are like historical about a real person, John Stuart Mill, about his life in a certain period of time. And so like the lyrics are odd.
Yeah.
Like we're singing about like monoliths in the year 1826 and like going to the theater, but instead of saying like going to the theater or going to, like a dinner or whatever, we say going out to something of higher faculties. And so like that's what I figured he was saying. But I mean, I could be wrong. He just hates the song. He thinks we're garbage. Last up, we have Downbeat Z, 3 Z's. He fell asleep while creating his screen name.
Yep.
He said, why would you omit whatever song you're speaking of and expect anybody to know what the hell you're talking about? We get this comment all of the time. Like not that exact comment, but people being like, I don't get the context.
What's the song?
What is this about? What is the song? And then this is on a short. And every short, we put the video link right in the short. So like on YouTube, right below where it says the band name, My Loving Tiger, there's a hyperlink and it goes back to the context. And like, I feel like not a lot of people know that.
I don't know. Early on, I tried putting like a box that appeared around that.
Yeah, and said like click below.
Click here. Or I made like an animated arrow that was like right here.
That.
And that didn't work.
No, people were still like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But literally the link is just right there. You click it.
Yeah.
Boom, there's the context.
Yeah.
Then you can come back, leave your comment or whatever.
Next up, we have Chris Harkins, 6400. Chris Harkins, 6400 says 3 gondolas.
Yes. Comment of the month. This dude wins. This is on that same video. Is the intro too long? And so he says it's too long by saying it's 3 gondola rides.
That's what we wondered. He rode up and down the mountain while he listened to the song.
Yeah. And so we replied and said, 3 gondolas? Yeah, that's definitely too long. It should be more like 2 gondolas. And then he came back and just put 3 gondolas again.
Commitment.
And also like, this is both like not being mean, but also not being nice.
We don't know. Maybe this is the worst thing that can ever happen to you is 3 gondola rides.
Or maybe he thinks it's the best. He's like, man, I could listen to this intro for 3 gondola rides.
Or 3 out of 5 gondolas.
Oh, there we go. I didn't think about that too. Yeah, it could be 3 out of 5 gondolas. Chris Harkins, 6400. Please come back next month. Leave us some more gondolas.
Yeah, let us know how this rates on the gondola scale.
You win comment of the month.
Right.
And we'll end this video with people being nice on the internet because nobody likes to end on a downer.
This is my time to shine. I finally get a t-shirt comment.
Yeah.
Black Cat Joshua says, sick 7 Angels, 7 Plagues shirt, which I've been wearing that, like sneaking that into videos, just hoping someone would notice this. And I don't know, how big is Seven Angels, Seven Flames? Is this a band that people know?
I don't think so. No.
I mean, they made another band that got pretty...
Much bigger.
Much bigger,
Yes.
right? I
think you have Wikipedia now, so you could research backwards.
You could figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you and I were in a band with the guy who recorded the first Seven Angels, Seven Plagues EP. That's how I got like turned on to it. And so then like, I don't think that many people know this band.
No way.
Yeah. Not going to retire that
crazy.
shirt.
Next up, we have Harrison Maybe. He said, really digging this track. Very cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. This guy left a lot of comments this month.
Yeah, he was active.
He was active, very positive too.
He gave you some advice on how to deal with that fast click track too.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, was he the one that said drink some beers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good comment too. We didn't put that in here, but maybe it'll fall down right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
He said drink at least one, but not more than 4.
That's a good advice. I've seen some drummers play very badly.
For sure. But yeah, glad you dug the song. Thanks for coming to the channel, leaving all the comments. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we will see you moving forward.
So ending on people being nice on the internet, Kesha Forever. That's a good name. I think you're doing great. Don't take the hater's opinion because you have us.
Yep.
Heart emoji.
Thank you. It is true. That's why we keep doing this. I would say if we didn't get any positive reaction, I don't know that we would quit.
We'd have to do some soul searching on how we
would
present
maybe
ourselves.
be less enthusiastic. I think we're from a different age where like when we originally did this, you had to do all of this stuff in person.
Sure.
Like there was MySpace, but you had to flyer, you had to get people CDs, you had to play live, you had to talk to people, you had to network, you had to do all of this stuff.
Be nice to other bands.
And if there was no positive reaction back, I feel like it was like, well, you just don't get it then. Because it's such a small pool.
Sure.
You know, like, oh, we're going to do this. And, oh, you don't like that? Well, that's fine. Well, you know, you're one of 40 people that was at the show.
Right.
Or whatever. Whereas, like, if you went on YouTube, which has millions and billions of users, whatever, and, like, every comment was negative, that would be tough. And thankfully, that has not happened for us.
Right.
You know, we get the negative comments. They're great.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have all positive comments, obviously. So that's it for comments this month. Thanks to everybody that left a comment, interacted with us on the channel. We love it. We do these comments videos every month or 2 months, depending on how it falls. And we want to keep doing them. We have a lot of fun making these videos for the comments, and we love the interaction back and forth. So thank you very much.
So make sure to leave a comment and you might end up in the next comments video.